It was a world where it was interesting because it was something very personal to him about him moving, the white guy basically moving into an all-black neighborhood. And, you know, it's just really real nowadays. You see that happening all around, that cultures and neighborhoods and are just, you know, we're becoming smaller and people are coming closer and closer together. Yet we still don't know each other. Like, people still live inside their phones or their own little boxes, and we never walk outside and actually know the person living next door. And this is a great exploration to that, using race as this kind of, you know, obvious thing of why I wouldn't necessarily, you know, jail with you. But once I get to know you, I realize you might not be a bad person or all right guy. And so, but I played Calvin Butler. I'm a little old school, cantankerous, kind of stuck in my ways. And these guys are my sons on the show who try to help me.
Even light.
Come on, brother.
So how has it been for you guys to be a part of the show with someone that's, you know, kind of funny? Like, have you learned so much? What has it been like to be on set?
Learning every second, man. And Marcel said something earlier about just how great Ced is and the way that he works, and that he can see a joke or see something and tweak it on the spot, and this little twist he'll make that makes the whole thing pop. And, you know, me, like a lot of kids, grew up watching Ced and watching Tichina Arnold, and now to be playing our parents is unbelievable.
It's really cool because Cedric has a really good chemistry with Jim Reynolds. Like, they have like a really nice relationship, and so the jokes, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like it comes from a really natural place, and we just make each other laugh. Like, Ced will hear something, he'll be like, nah, that joke doesn't work. You should try it like this. Or you should, like, wait a second. Like, small things. He'd be like, wait a second before you say that last line so it can hit. And it works every single time. So,
like, it's an art form.
Yeah, you know, working with a literal king of comedy helps a lot, I think, with the funny of the show.
That's good because it's a comedy.
Yeah. I think it'll work.
It should be funny.
Yeah,
right.
You know.
You're originally from Missouri,
St. Louis,
right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't too small town for you. So it's not like you can relate to it in that way, coming from like a Midwest.
But I did also, I lived the first part of my life in a very small town, Carruthersville, Missouri. So, you know, in Carruthersville, Missouri. You know who's famous from there?
You.
Me. That's it. Everybody exactly. Everybody was like, Mark Twain? No. Me. That's it.
So for you, like, when you're seeing this character, can you almost relate to this guy who's moving in? Like, do you laugh at it too from that perspective?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, because for the most part, that is, you know, our existence. Most of the time, it is the black guy moving into the white neighborhood, and so I've definitely had these experiences where you are like, you know, like weirded out by like what's going on, you know. So I think that, you know, we wanted to be able to flip that on its head a little bit, tell a kind of more modern day, all in the family-esque kind of tale about people who are stuck in their ways, yet the world is moving and it's moving fast, and you know, and so you know, and how do we all get along, man?
I think that's so great. I think that I'm so glad you brought that up. How important is it now in today's time to see this, like this merge of friendship? Because it really doesn't matter anymore. So for people that are stuck on that, what kind of message do you hope to send?
I feel like the show is allowing us to realize those little ties that bind, like the connective tissue between individuals that really make up a big part of who we are, but oftentimes we get so caught up in our differences and trying to protect those differences that we forget how similar we are. We forget that it is weird to see somebody doing Tai Chi in the park, whether it's an Asian lady doing it or a group of white hipsters. Like, it's weird, and it's funny. Like, life is interesting, and the things that make us different can also bring us together because we experience it all together and we learn from each other. And I think the show, as the characters get to know each other and as they disagree and agree, I think America will also have those same debates and those same conversations, and we'll become their neighbors. Like, they'll see us and really find.
Real quickly, you realize it, like whenever you see like somebody famous in Target, that's when you realize, oh, we're all the same. Is that Meryl Streep getting Irish Spring soap? Is she buying Lever 2000? What is she doing?
I don't use no lever.
I imagine.
Is she buying a big ball of scope? What is she doing? But you realize, like, at that point, you realize, you know what? We all the same. Everybody love a deal.